American moments are being made right now when it comes to the Supreme Court. Some of their decisions out of Washington, D.C. It leads the Newsmax website right now, the mothership at newsmax.com. Let us go ahead and talk a little bit more about that. Managing editor Tim Collie joins us today. His check on the website. Tim, welcome in, and here we go. Supreme Court rebukes Obama on recess appointment power. This has a lot of people inside the Beltway buzzing this afternoon.
Yeah, this is a big blow to executive power. What the court essentially said is that when the Senate is in session, even if it's in a so-called pro forma session, when it's really not doing anything, the president can't make recess appointments. It actually has to be recess. So that means, of course, that the party that controls the Senate can simply stay in session all the time if they want to, tie the hands of the executive.
And it's worth pointing out, too, that in the story on the website, it points out that this was a 9-0 vote. And this now means that President Obama had 3 appointments to the U.S. National Labor Relations Board in 2012. Those are now unlawful and basically illegal. This will give a tremendous amount of attention to those who are saying that the president runs unchecked and basically does things of his own accord without thought of legalese.
Yes, that's true, but what goes around comes around. If we have, after 2016, a Republican executive and, say, a Democratic Senate, we're going to have the same issue. So depending on where you stand on executive power, this is a huge case.
Also coming up right now on the Newsmax website, top of the news, Obama pullout hurt U.S. spying in Iraq and the region. Tim, we haven't been talking much about this, but you would imagine that with what has happened in Iraq, our spy capabilities have been severely diminished.
Yeah, spying is just like military operations. You need boots on the ground. And when, the CIA and the NSA had pulled out their people from Baghdad, the people who do the nitty-gritty of spycraft, which is meeting sources, gathering information, hearing what's going on in the streets of, the Sunni Triangle and that, those people left, and they didn't maintain their sources, and that's simply what's going on. They blew a lot of sources.
One other thing I want to bring up real quick, get about a 15-second comment from you. A GAO report, U.S. compound still endangered 2 years after Benghazi. Again, that will not shock a lot of people, but some will say, why have we not done better in the 2 years since?
Yeah, Senator Rand Paul's been very eloquent on this. He said that's the real issue of Benghazi, why these facilities aren't protected, why they still aren't being protected. That's the issue, and it seems nothing has been done since the attacks.
2 years after 4 Americans killed in the tragedy at Benghazi, and still we are not protecting our own. Tim Collie, the managing editor, Newsmax.com. It's always a pleasure, my friend. We'll talk to you again. Have a great day.
Okay. Thanks, Ed.
All right. Check it out at Newsmax.com. That and a whole lot more. Coming up a little bit later on, the hope that one millennial has for defeating the Obama agenda. And the agenda, she says, is against her generation. We'll get that and a whole lot more right here on Midpoint, where every single day we question everything.